and believes that women are places he puts his thing, and not as fully sovereign, autonomous people. And it's not an isolated thing. It's something that's so insidious, we don't even see it. And the church will never come out unless they're extremely racist, sexist, and are big enough in numbers where they just don't care that they're going to be canceled. I have heard some pastors say what they really think about women. I'm looking at you, Mark Driscoll. But usually, male leaders, they don't usually come out and say that men are in charge because women are inferior. They usually phrase it as God created a natural order and that men are to lead. That's dehumanizing to people who aren't male. And in my opinion, it dehumanizes men too. Like the patriarchy, when you have an incorrect and unfactual view of any gender, you're hurting the genders. Men grow up without emotional maturity. And this results in men murdering women who won't give them their number. This is why pastors, usually male, think it's acceptable and boys will be boys when they hold a woman down in a pastor's office against her will. This is why people abroad target women on buses, because they see women as weak, inferior, and just a place to put what they want where they want. And it goes beyond just sexual and violence. It goes down into how the structure of hierarchy exists in the world. When churches teaches its members that men exist to rule over women, over their wives, over kids, over women in general, they believe that any man who isn't stereotypically masculine or the toxic version of masculinity is a woman, because they view femininity with contempt. They view femininity as something to screw but never respect. This is why men cheat on women. They don't view them as equals. I've heard men on YouTube, I forget their names, but if you Google it, you'll probably find it. There are men who say that men cheat because that's how they're wired, while women who cheat don't deserve forgiveness, even though these men expect forgiveness. Women are taught from the cradle to put up with anything because their validation comes from sticking it out, not from having self-respect and leaving. The church teaches that men are to rule, that the final say in relationships comes down to the man. What his will is will win. Men are taught to discipline their wives, to discipline the women in their life. They teach their sons to dominate, pursue, and conquer women. They view women and ladies, regardless of age, even though age is important, that these women are weak, that they are so in danger of being harmed that these men have to protect them, even though the FBI says that men who believe that women are in danger and should be protected are usually the person you need protection from. People like Donald Trump, I'll protect you whether you like it or not. That is not healthy masculinity. Healthy masculinity is not caring what you wear or how it's going to be construed as feminine or masculine. A real man doesn't protect a woman because that's his role. It's because he's a decent human being, and regardless of gender and sex, if he sees someone in need, he'll interfere and help the person. That's what a healthy man looks like. Someone who doesn't lead. but somebody who's a partner. Any relationship where somebody has the final say due to their gender is a toxic stereotype, a toxic family institution. Marriage, if you want to go the stereotypical, gender-rolled, toxic, unhealthy, patriarchal institution, you're creating an environment where your kids are going to see sexist stereotypes. And there's something inherently patriarchal about every single straight relationship, whether you're married or not. I mean, I watch a lot of LGBTQIA Asian shows, okay? They always joke that there's a husband and a wife, regardless of if a woman's involved. They honestly believe that the more effeminate person is the wife. And all of the members in my family believe that women are the weaker sex, that they are less than. Even though I've told them a million times, women can be just as powerful or more physically powerful than men. The concept that men are stronger, that men can do things just because they're men, hurts men too. What if a young boy isn't the masculine type? What if they don't have a strong body with a lot of muscle mass? What if they don't like traditionally masculine activities, hobbies, and careers? This is where internalized misogyny, homophobia, transphobia comes from. Because if you're anything less than a man who can protect a woman, you might as well be dead, because these people will not respect you. And people have had identity crises because they don't fit the boring cookie cutter, I need my pulse checked because I'm almost dead kind of people. When men believe that women are physically weaker, less than, that to hear a woman's voice is a curse and judgment from God, that women should not lead because men don't believe they have the capability, even if, I love world history. I've studied every culture, and the most remembered monarchs and leaders before 1850 were women. Over half of the most famous leaders in world history were women. Male leaders may outnumber female leaders, but you look back at just English history alone. How many queens of England are more talked about? More movies and shows have been made about the female leaders than any other leaders. You notice how the female leaders, there was more social progress and economic increase in activity. England became the most wealthiest, influential empire under Queen Victoria and under Elizabeth I, the Tudor Queen. They did more in the 40 to 60 years that they reigned than some of their fathers and uncles and grandfathers had in 20 years. And not just monarchs, but you look at people like Margaret Thatcher. There seems always usually be peace during the times that women rule. There's very few wars. There's economic progress and political correction. There's more religious freedom. There's more inventions created. It's